Back, and it's time now for game number 9 between Polt and Quantic HyuN. It's currently 5-3 in favor of HyuN. He only needs one more win to be able to take this entire set.
Yep.
Polt, though, needs a bit of a comeback. Needs to win 3 straight.
He does, and it's going to be tough for him. We were talking about it before, you know, that HyuN, I thought maybe Polt would take the first few games, and then HyuN would show, you know, his ability to perform in really long matches and kind of just stage a comeback. But here, HyuN is actually, Polt won the first few games, but HyuN actually got his comeback really early, and now he's ahead pretty early on in this series and may take it here.
All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and jump into our next map. It's going to be DF Atlas. Will Polt fall here, or will he start to stage his comeback? Let's get into game number 9.
DF Atlas.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are on DF Atlas, and down at the bottom right-hand corner, we have our red Zerg player from Quantic Gaming, just one game away from taking our Heavyweight Fight Club Championship of the world. He is HyuN. And he's getting ready here on DF Atlas, a very large map that suits his playing style, or his old playing style. So he's looking very comfortable there, but his opponent down in the bottom left-hand corner is our blue Terran player. He is Polt. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Polt versus HyuN once again. This is first to 6 games, or best of 11, however you want to slice it. And we want to give thanks, of course, to our sponsors for this event, Alienware. Check out AlienwareArena.com. You'll find news about Alienware events and giveaways. And this weekend, yes, this weekend, you can grab key codes to play Marvel Heroes Closed Beta, or an exclusive Alienware skin for the new esports FPS game that we've been carrying, Shoot Mania.
I wonder what that Alienware skin looks like, Kevin.
I don't know, but I want it now.
Curiosity.
I want it.
Maybe we take a picture with some Alienware stuff.
And Polt, in the what could be his last game, is going to open with a command center first. We're actually in close positions horizontally, so HyuN knows where his opponent is at. He's starting to cycle his overlords back in that direction, and we'll see what he's able to do here as we move throughout this game.
All right, so Atlas is the map. Polt took game number 1, which was on Atlas, with some very nice defensive play, lots of siege tanks against HyuN, who was, simply put, just hammering roach aggression down Polt's throat, and Polt kind of just didn't let it happen.
Yeah, he outlasted it, really.
Yeah. So, you know, I was trying to think of a clever pun there involved with eating too much food, but super fast third. Oh my goodness! Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. 3 hatch before pool coming up for HyuN here at the 17 supply mark.
All right.
Okay, very cool strategies. This is the second time that Somewhere Rootcats is clapping his hands.
Polt went for 2 racks, notably, and has yet to throw down his gases.
And it looks like this is all going to get scouted. Polt knows this too. I would love for him to do some sort of a big aggressive, like, Reactored Hellion Marauder push here in this game, just to be able to disrupt whatever HyuN would be able to throw at him in the first 7 or 8 minutes.
Sees the gas, and he sees the late pool. So seeing the pool before it's completed gives him a really good idea that HyuN actually opened with 3 hatcheries here.
Yeah, oh, it certainly should. And it looks like he's just going to go right down there. Nothing's going to stop him from being able to see this hatchery at all.
Yep. All right, so now that he's confirmed where the money for HyuN has gone, what is his response? He's starting up a couple of Marines, but that is not to be unexpected. And I think he's just going to go for a fast third command center here. We don't see him dropping any refineries or dropping any extra barracks, so it looks like it is going to be an equally macro-intensive play out of Polt.
Okay. Oh, well, there we go. Actually, double refinery, just as we say that. So inside of the main, literally just starting the second, and Polt now still continuing to produce those Marines 2 at a time, so we could go for a fairly aggressive push at the beginning of this game. Get in there, try and pick off a queen, something like that. HyuN, though, going to try and take advantage of this very macro, very economically greedy play, though, as best he can. Obviously powering out a lot of queens, a lot of drones to start things off.
All right, so speed is on the way for HyuN now. He's going to be able to establish some map control with a lack of Hellions for quite a while, simply put. 50 gas still here for Polt, but he's got to throw down a factory, which is 60-second build time, and then he's got to make his Hellions. So a lot of time here before Polt is going to be able to actually get mobile units on the field. But for now, he's going to go for some Zerglings. 6 Marines making their way across the map.
And there's the third command center dropping down at the same time. We even have a few rallied-in Marines coming in. Yes, this is indeed... Look at what HyuN's making right now. 24 Lings with speed at the moment. Was this just a total fake out, and are we seeing basically a 3-base speedling all in?
Well, we'll have to see if he goes for the all in. I'm wondering if he expects this pressure. He actually saw the Marines leaving. So here it is.
Oh my God, and they get a perfect surround right away. All these Marines are going to die very, very quickly. Polt knows what's happening now, and how is he going to react?
Well, he starts immediately with the bunker and a couple of supply depots to complete the wall off.
Right.
He's actually going to use an eBay to complete it.
That's a great idea. Of course, engineering base at this stage of the game accumulate hit points faster than any structure a Terran can build, and he just wants to build up a defense right now.
Well, he needs to get that bunker done, though. Very long build time on those at 40 seconds, but Zerglings are hammering their way away. Almost getting the supply depot. He needs to start to repair.
And he gets
will get it.
Yeah, so this supply depot is actually healing up a little bit, and the bunker does end up finishing up, so these Marines are going to be able to hold for a little period of time. That supply depot just so close to falling at every given point in time, but the bunker is holding, and the Zerglings are finally driven away.
And Polt is not going to take any damage from that attack. HyuN now is going to find himself a little bit behind. He made a lot of Zerglings there and didn't get anything done with it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, now Polt is sitting on a third command center. He's gone up into a starport tech. He's already operating down a very effective bio strategy with +1 weapons. So he is, in almost every measurable respect, ahead. HyuN does have speed done. He's going into layer tech at the moment, but he's still behind on his gas intake. And Polt's going to be able to pull pretty far ahead here as long as he keeps it all together.
Kevin, going back to that decision, we saw that he had made a supply depot, then decided not to make this supply depot and switched it to an eBay at the last second. And with how close that first supply depot was, I gotta say, if Polt hadn't switched it to an engineering bay, I don't think he would have survived that attack. So a really cool split-second decision there from Polt that is allowing him to move into this late game ahead.
All right. Oh, very nice job here, actually. The drop gets spotted, so Polt's like, whatever. I'm just going to drop down here, pick off this Overlord, and move to a different space on the map. But free Overlord kill, supply blocks his opponent. And HyuN's actually producing 3 Overlords at a time right now. He was actually very critically supply blocked.
Oh, yeah, he is. With a Spire on the way, but Hellions in the front, and he's got a drop coming in the back. The Queen is immediately going to start firing on the medevac, but Marines landing will start doing work on the Queen. Queen at about half hit points. Zerglings coming in now, but this is going to open up the Hellions at the third base.
Yeah, that's right. And there's already 6 of those there, and they've not been spotted until the very last instant when the Queen started auto-attacking these units. Drones are trying to get away, but this is a little bit of a roast. There are a lot of drones, a lot of Zerglings have already gone down. How many workers have been killed? 5 thus far, but don't forget, all these Zerglings, they cost money too, and even though they're taking out the Hellions fairly effectively, Polt's still getting in some damage.
And once again, HyuN made way too many Zerglings. He's finding himself, with this abundance of units that he can't actually do anything with because Polt is so hunkered down. So,
are we going to see a big Zergling Baneling push, though? He does have Baneling speed on the way. He's got a ton of Zerglings to go around. He's got 60 on the map at just the 10.5-minute mark.
That's actually something that could do a lot of damage. There's no siege tanks on the map right now. There is siege tech being researched, but it's still 50 seconds away.
Yes.
And so with that, I mean, if HyuN got up there right now and started morphing Banelings immediately, this attack could happen, but I don't see that happening because he's researching Baneling speed.
Oh, and Polt picks up just the nick of time. Those Marines were getting very low, so he makes his way out of there. He sees the Banelings coming across the map, and how is he going to prepare for this?
Well, let's see. He's got nothing over at the main base. He may be forced to live here and cancel these refineries because he's only got this one siege tank. Tech is still 20 seconds away.
Oh, no, and he's not able to pick it up inside of the medevac either. He was trying to drop out a couple of units so he can make cargo space for it, but he just can't do it. The Banelings are going to try and roll on through right now, and will this be enough for HyuN to take Fight Club?
We're going to have to find out. Lings coming in, doing a nice surround here on the Marines. A tank is still so far away, Kevin, for Polt, but HyuN is going to pull back for now. And he's just going to make sure that this third does not land.
Yeah, it looks like there is a drop here in the top right-hand corner. The first time we actually see Mutalisks so far, and one gets picked off immediately by a bunch of Stim Marines. So this medevac's certainly still doing work, and it is going to be able to potentially deny... No, actually, reinforcements are coming in here right away. The medevac finally gets cleared up, and HyuN holds onto his 4th base.
All right, so Polt holds for now. He is in a really, really difficult spot, though, because... the problem is he took that third really greedily, very fast. The good rule is you don't want to, honestly, you don't want to take it unless you either have a lot of Marines or if you have siege tech. And with Marines, you want medevacs with those Marines. He had medevacs on the field, but his Marines were out and about on the map. He was trying to keep HyuN at home, but wasn't able to do it.
This is such a rough position, too, because as soon as those Marines shift over to drive away those Mutalisks, obviously that's going to open up a little bit of damage that can be done here with these fresh mules just put down for Polt.
Yeah.
And HyuN is going to try and move in and do some damage.
What HyuN doesn't want to do, though, is throw the Banelings into the command center. He's coming forward now. So many Banelings here for HyuN. He's chasing down the army of Polt. Polt needs to keep these Marines alive.
Okay, so he did a very nice job of target firing out a few of the Banelings in the middle there, but the problem is that there's so many Zerglings behind this as well that it's actually making it fairly difficult for the remaining Marines to be able to step in and try and do any significant damage to these Mutalisks. However, that missile turret actually did work, killing 2 Mutalisks and damaging several others at the same time, but HyuN just keeps moving in with yet more and more and more rounds of Zerglings, and I don't know what Polt can do to try and stop this.
It doesn't look like he has many options, Kevin. He's cleaned up the SCVs in the main line. He's going to push the Zerglings back for now, but he has sustained so much damage, down to just 75 supply, and now the Zerglings are going to head into his mineral line. They're going to get a ton of damage in here economically. The Marines will manage to fall back into siege tank range. We'll see if that's enough.
Yeah, the siege tank's actually picked up 12 kills now with just 3 shots, so it's doing some pretty good damage, and the Mutalisk overhead has actually been destroyed. That was trying to go after this too, so for the time being, HyuN has been held off, but Polt, he'll need to recover economically. He's at 30 SCVs.
Oh, wow, so much damage dealt. But remember, he did go for that quick 4th orbital command in his main, so he's got a lot of mules at his disposal, each mule bringing in 270 minerals. So very, very helpful when you have a poor economy, but you know, there's no 2 ways about it. Polt is in a bad position.
Yes, he is. He's going to need to repair up this missile turret here in just a second and shift a few Marines over, but of course now his attention is split, and these Mutalisks are going to be able to pull him apart for a pretty good period of time.
All right, well, Mutalisks are coming in. They're picking off this refinery here. Gas is so important to Polt. Everything is important to Polt, but
yes,
gas especially. He needs those siege tanks. He needs to keep up and out. As of now, he only has 2. 3rd one on the way, but
yeah,
he does have very good upgrades, though.
Yeah, and Mutalisks are being very annoying here, picking off a couple of units, but a lot of Mutalisks, or 2 Mutalisks did die, a few more extremely low in health, and they're about to run directly into Stim Marines, and that actually would have been a complete game turnaround had those Marines been able to catch that flock of Mutas.
Yeah, it absolutely would have. That's one of the primary ways, actually, that we see Zerg players fall. You know, when they are going for that Mutalisk play, is they kind of forget about their Mutalisks for a second, and Mutas just melt to a large portion of Marines when they have Stim, so either way, HyuN's gearing up for a really big attack right now, 150 supply, and if we look at the army,
yeah,
it's actually, Polt's only 8 supply behind on army.
Here's the problem, though, is that Polt has been supply blocked for about 35 seconds in-game. He had to make 4 supply depots at exactly the same time, and all the while, those resources which could have been pumping out units are sitting dead as they're not able to be used.
Yeah. HyuN, I'm surprised HyuN has not thrown down an infestation pit yet. If he does lose this game, I think a lot of it's going to fall back on that, because you really want to make it to Hive Tech. Zergling Baneling Muta only worked for so long. Granted, it's still very much effective at this time because there's no Thor on the field. Once you get that full, Marine, tank, 3-3, Thor comp, that's when Mutaling Bane starts to lose its effectiveness. But as of now, it's going to work perfectly fine. And you know what? There's the infestation pit. He's starting to make that tech switch.
All right, so 5th hatchery coming up now for HyuN, who's starting to just slowly take the mapping. Very annoying with his mutas. And of course, all he wants to do is he wants to keep medevac energy low. He wants to keep picking off free structures, annoying his opponent, and containing him on 3 bases. And that's his complete goal. 55 Banelings being morphed in right now.
Here we go. This is a really big attack out of HyuN. That is a massive amount of money in those Banelings, and he needs to make them work to every cent possible. Very nice siege tank spread here from Polt, but this is going to be incredibly hard to hold.
There are 6 tanks up. I mean, that is a very large number. The problem is that Polt is basically giving up his 3rd base, or he's going to say, okay, well, I'm just going to lift this up here in a moment because I know all of this is going to go down. No, actually, the Baneling's just running directly into the natural. I'm a little surprised about this. These siege tanks have actually done a fairly effective job so far of taking out a lot of Banelings, but man, there are just so many units crashing through right now. What exactly will Polt have left when all this devastation is done?
Polt has a ton of Marines in his 3rd that he's forgetting about. He's got 14 Marines up there. They're going to do a world of work on these mutas, but not able to do it. He now remembers about them, but Polt holds, guys. Polt holds that attack, and now Quantic HyuN has lost 80 supply and all of his bank.
That was a full Tarzan. I'm just going to say that.
That was beautiful.
All right, so now Polt is going to start trying to get a little bit aggressive on his own. The problem is 100 Zerglings just popped up for HyuN at the moment. Now, of course, that takes away a lot from what he could have produced in terms of having available larvae to put into infestors, higher tech units, and things like that. And it's very good for Polt that he's forcing out a lot of Zerglings and a lot of Banelings right now. He pulls back, waits, gathers up his forces a little bit more, moves forward again after that. And he's already back up to 51 workers. And 51 workers on 3 bases with 4 mules at a time is actually close to sufficient.
Yeah, it definitely is. His mining is looking great at this point. He's got 51 workers. Yes, HyuN has 83, but mules make a world of a difference there. The problem for Polt is he can't take a 4th, and he's got to deal with another attack here from HyuN, but most of it is in Zerglings, and there's a lot of siege tanks still here on the field. We see 4 and a 5th is about to pop out here in just a second, but the Marines are caught in the front. They're going to stutter step their way back, but get completely surrounded.
That's right, they're getting surrounded, but no Banelings actually hit there. Polt actually target fired every single one of those Banelings out and did lose that clump of Marines. That was astounding control.
Did you see him kill those last 2? That was...
Yes. How do you do that?
I need like 7 adjectives that all are akin to the word awesome to describe that. Polt made, I mean, he would have lost all those Marines if 1 Baneling made contact. The world of a difference that made for Polt is huge. And now he's down by 40 supply, but he may be able to hit a timing here while HyuN is going for Broodlords.
All right, so he A-moved these Marines in, so they're taking out this extractor, which actually gets transfused up. Polt will be able to pull back with that medevac, re-heal up those units, but here come the Zerglings and Banelings once again. Does HyuN have anything in position? No, he moved everything across the map. They're running smack dab into a bunch of infestors, and everything gets locked down. The Banelings rolling through. They clean up the vast majority of the Marines. Just siege tanks left, no bio units remaining.
That is exactly what HyuN needed, because that was a very dangerous attack, but Banelings crashing on the mineral line. There it is. Polt with the GG well played.
GG well played, and HyuN is your champion. He wins $5,000.
Guys, give it up for HyuN. What an incredible set he managed to play there, taking it 6-3.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, HyuN is your undisputed Fight Club champion of the world. He regains his title. He wins $5,000. Congratulations to HyuN. I love that. And let's hear it as well for our runner-up, Polt. And now we want to present the check to Quantic HyuN for his first place $5,000 prize for his championship once again. We're also going to have a couple of questions with our victor here in just a second. Give it up again for Quantic HyuN. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to watch our show match. We have much more over the next couple of days with League of Legends and World of Tanks. It was an absolute pleasure bringing this to you. Thank you very much for attending, and we'll see you tomorrow.